Hey guys, this is just going to be a quick tutorial on how I make social media videos for Doghouse Boxing. Really, really simple. I've got some footage of me here on the GoPro, so I just have this on the GoPro and it's up high. This is usually the best place to put it. Sometimes, if you can see the cursor, I put it up there because it's on a magnetized thing. You can put the GoPro camera anywhere. The point is just getting a hold of them. It's filmed in widescreen, and if I click on the video and I click on the information here, you can see it's pretty high resolution. It's like 4K and at 60 frames per second. I like shooting things at 60 frames per second. It looks faster and everything like that. But when you upload it to Instagram, it'll go at 30 frames per second. I don't think Instagram or most of the social media sites except for YouTube play back in 60 frames per second, but the punches will look a lot faster, but it doesn't matter. So I'm in Final Cut X. It's a program like I can edit actually on all four of the major programs: Avid, Resolve, Premiere, and Final Cut. But Final Cut is by far my favorite app. I'm just going to begin to. I'm just going to begin a new project here. So I'm going to hit Command N. Feel free to use any editing program you have, but there might be some things here you'll be like, oh, I don't think the editing program can do it. So we'll go into new project here, and I'm just going to do this training. I won't actually put this on the social media account yet. So training video, I'll just call it that. I can use custom settings, but I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to click in on video here. I'm going to go into vertical. So it's been like this for a couple of years now, or maybe a bit shorter, but vertical options are now on Final Cut because vertical is such a huge thing in the industry. I'm not going to bother going upwards of 4K. I like 1080 by 1920, and I'm going to go for 59.94, which is what the GoPro shot it at, and that's fine, leaving all this Apple ProRes. And then your standard color space and the audio. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Is really just getting the video to vertical and the aspect ratio. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to drop in this video now as a cheat to find really good parts to use. I just simply, because I've been doing this for a while, I can see the waveform here. So there's many ways in Final Cut to view it. You can just view it as a thumbnail here. So you get a real visual representation of where you are. And you can have skimming on as well. So just by moving the mouse like that, I can see the whole video. But I like to view it in this view because not only do I get a list here of all the videos that I have and what I'm up to and so forth, but I get to see the waveforms, which is really handy. And all I'm looking for is lots of noise, so him hitting the pad. So I'm going to hit in for in point here, and you can see this yellow border that comes up. So it's saying, okay, you got from this point all the way to the end. I don't need that much. So with my social videos, I make it anywhere between 8 seconds all the way up to 30 seconds. Sometimes I do a couple of minute ones, very rarely, and I use that as Instagram TV. But here we go. I'm just going to play it here. So pretty good. Yep. Okay, I'll just use a bit of that. That's fine. I'm going to W to put on the timeline, Command Z, or you could just drag onto the timeline like that. You can hit E for end. You can do lots of things. Now, notice here, you can do lots of things to put on your timeline, excuse me. So now the training video project is populated with a video. And this, despite it being 4K, this actual video here is at 1080, 1920, so that's a resolution. And you can even go lower than that if you want for social media, because Instagram itself will take care of most of that resolution. Like the most popular videos aren't exactly shot on red cameras. All TikTokers and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go into the video options here. So you'll notice that I got these black bars. So if you can imagine what that's going to look like on the phone, it's not great. It doesn't take up much of the vertical space. So I'm going to use the scale option here, and I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to increase the size. So it doesn't matter if it goes 300, 200%. You got a lot of room to play with before the image. So that really close, the image there isn't great because yeah, it starts to get blurred. So 1300% isn't great. I'm just going to reset parameters there for the X and Y position. So I'm going to go back to the scale tool. I'm just looking to fill the whole frame. I might zoom in even a little bit more. And the focus is on this student here. He obviously wants to look good for all the girls on Instagram. Yep, so we're just going to begin it from there. That's fine. So I'm going to track him as well. So I like to add tracking. So this is a little bit advanced. If you're not familiar with editing with keyframes and stuff like that, but I'm going to add a keyframe here. So it's going to look like the camera is going to be tracking him here. So I'm just going to play back. I'm going to watch. Yep. So I slightly move there. So I'm going to move now the camera, and you'll see the keyframe light up there. I'm going to move the camera like that just to get a little bit of me, just to see what he's punching at. I'm going to move it even more at that point. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to move it, go back a little bit. He's moved there. I'm going to move like that. Yep, so cool. So this is what's going to look like. Go full screen. I might go after the jab. That's it. Yeah. So I'm just going to close that. So that's now a 6-second clip. Usually I go a little bit longer than that, but that's fine. Yep. And I'm just going to hit play. Cool. So I'm happy with that. So I might just cut out me calling for another jab. So that's 5 seconds. That's fine for a social media video. Now, this is a PNG. See that logo there? So I'm going to copy that. I'll explain this once I'm back in the tutorial. So it's just a PNG of it. The graphic designer made it. So you can see where I positioned it. Now, I'm just going to reset the parameters here so you can see what's happening. So if I increase that, usually if I import it, it's a pretty big high-res file. So Doghouse Boxing, and there's the Instagram handle. So all it is a logo, a PNG logo, and that means I get a transparent background. So where you see the white border on this, it's just the image, and anything else behind it doesn't exist. It's a PNG, so it's all transparent in the background. So I can put this logo anywhere. So play around with this. I just got an iPhone 13 Max, and I'm still finding weird things with the aspect ratio. Where I thought I would put the logo isn't exactly right anymore. Like it's always changing with every iPhone. It takes a while for the apps to update to the new technology, but you leave this pretty high. So you don't want it to go too close to the left or to the edges, or too close to the bottom. So you can have it on the far right. I'll put it on the far right just in this example. So you don't want it too close, just in case when Instagram will crop in. So when you do an Instagram post, it'll be 1080 by 1080. When you do an Instagram story, it'll be 1920 by 1080. Now it's fine to have it 1080 by 1920, and then when you post it, Instagram will adjust to that, and I'll show you what I mean. I won't actually post this to our channel because I've done a fair bit of posting today, but I will show you. I'll screen record my phone. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to put the logo there. I'm going to make it transparent because at the moment, if I hit play, the logo sticks out too much. So where it says opacity, I'm going to drop that down just so you can see it. Yeah, so about 40%. That's fine. Yep. So when you move these, just go extreme. So that's extreme there. That's obviously you can't see it. Bring it back, and that's about visible there. I'll just drop it down a little bit more. So yeah, you just don't want it to bring too much attention, although it's awkwardly placed there. Yep. And I'm just going to hit full screen because I always like to go full screen. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's cool. In TV, we call that a watermark, and the watermark would even be lower than that. Would probably be like that, so it's still very distracting. I remember first seeing that in WWE wrestling or WWF, and I was like, why is that? What is that? Why doesn't that mark go around? I could not stop watching it, but now we're so used to it over years of branding. So yeah, traditionally watermarks are very, very very far and away to the bottom, so you don't notice it. But because of the Instagram aspect ratio, there's going to be a dual purpose for this, where I want it in Instagram post and in Instagram stories. So the branding, I want just a little bit above and a little bit to the edge so the phone doesn't cut it off. So again, I'm posting from an iPhone 13. It sort of punches in a little bit or punches out a little bit. I still haven't worked out exactly where to put the logos, but yeah, you want your branding up like that. Cool. And yep, so that 5-second logo is done. So I've got compressor as well. So Final Cut and compressor go hand in hand. Good gosh, I don't have it on the dock anymore. So I'm just gonna, I've got the training video there, file, share, export, file, nope, file, share, send to compressor, new batch. And really, really easy here. They've got wonderful presets here. So just drag and drop YouTube, Facebook. So that's a wonderful compressor for all of social media. You will have no problems uploading that anywhere. I'm just going to put it on my desktop if I can. Start batch. So this should go really, really quick. And then I'm going to airdrop it onto my phone. I don't seem to have my phone on me. Just give me a sec. That should go. Geez, for a latest iMac, that should be a lot faster than that. Yep. So this is my workflow. So yep, I put in from the GoPro. I put it into Final Cut or my editing program. I create a video file that's in vertical. It doesn't have to be 59.94 frames. You can put it back to your traditional PAL, which is 25, or if you live in America, 30. That's fine. I just like to leave it at 59.24, and then when you upload it to Instagram, I don't know, it just looks faster, the punches. So I'm just going to go to my clean space here. That's a wonderful thing about a Mac. You can really clean your space, do that workflow, so it's like having multiple windows. So I'm just going to go back here to the training video. I'm going to go share, and I'm going to go airdrop. I haven't opened my phone. Yep, so that's me there. I'm going to go accept onto my phone. So yep, now it's on my phone. Cool. I will switch over to screen record. Okay, so I'm in the social media page now. I'm just going to hit the plus icon, add a post, and there's the video there. So see how the logo I've put up. So there's a bit of room to move there. So I'm just going to double click there and see Instagram will now adjust to that. So if I hit play, this is what it's going to look like. Cool. Yep, I'm happy with that. And next, and then I'm ready to go to post it, which I won't be doing. Discard. And then if I go to stories now, if I go stories and I post it there and there, see how it takes up the whole frame? And I actually got the logo right. So do you remember the logo, how I put it to the far left? You can see the logo now, not all the way to the edge of the right side of the frame. So the full logo is now presented on the video and it's ready to be posted. So this should be, should be a very popular post. The client will love it and he'll share it. Make sure to tag him and he'll share the video on his Instagram account, and you should get lots more clients once they see and they go, "Whoa, where'd you learn how to do that?" Should be really good, and you can see how effective some of the posts are. So obviously the logo didn't show up on that one. The logo showed up on that one fine. Yep. So yeah, I just punched in on that one. Logo showed up on that one. And you can see how effective this is. So these guys share these. Make sure to tag your client on them, and once they share it and their friends see it, they'll their friends will want to make bookings with you as well. And you got the branding there, so people don't forget where to go. But yeah, Instagram is where you get your clients, man. Like make it full frame, take up the whole real estate. And I'll give you an example of some videos that don't take up the whole. See that? So that's actual footage of Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley there. But see how that post doesn't take up the whole screen? And if I scroll down, that one does. See, and then this is my video. See how that takes up the whole screen? So that's 1080p, that 1080p, whereas this is widescreen. So we're in the realm of Instagram and social media posts. Vertical videos are king. So the widescreen format, it just takes up so little space. Like, it's good. Like, obviously the cinematography is good and it's really effective. People love it. But really, it's the full screen 1080p. The full vertical videos that people really like. So this one's even bigger. People. This takes. Look how much of this of my phone this takes up. So people will definitely check that out. I hope this helps, guys. Good luck being a PT person. There's a good example. See how much of the real estate this takes up on this post. It takes up the whole Instagram post feed, and if I go down, this one takes very little. So in my opinion, it's just not as effective as a full screen post. So make your post full screen, use that keyframe technique so you can follow them around, so it looks like, you know, you don't have to go, or could you hold a camera while we film this? You know, it just saves you extra manpower and that sort of thing. Anyway, guys, good luck with your PT people. Just PT business if you've got one. And yeah, just remember, social media is king. This is where you're going to get your clients and all the interests. And yeah, people will just keep asking for you if your clients share it and they like it. Yep. All right. Thanks, guys.